Hi there, this is PJ, your Wiradjuri Mermaid. I'm cleansing the space for a general reading. Just burnt my little tablecloth, I'm so upset. Anyway, it is what it is. So today we are just doing a general reading, hopefully a short one, just to see what Spirit has for us. I'm going to keep it quite short. Please don't think this is how I do my paid readings. These are just sort of tasters, and we will start with a 3-card spread of past, present and future. Ooh. Okay, so we've got 2 for our future. Okay, so the first card that I have here is the Sun in reverse. Now, unfortunately, that means that we've got a bit of a stuck energy around us. However, the Sun is the happiest card in the deck, so even when it is in reverse, we can still see that silver lining in our clouds. So things have been probably a little bit rough. We have come to that tail end of retrograde, which has just really messed with so many of us, and unfortunately we still have those shadow periods happening. So I like to say when it's the Sun in reverse is we can't see the rainbows without the rain. So I'm taking this is our rainbows happening. So that's in our past energy. In our present energy at the moment, we're thinking about to the better times in life. We've got a lot of fond memories, bit of nostalgia happening. So we're in that present energy. So maybe with this horrible rain that's happening, if you're here in Sydney, it's about going and jumping in those puddles. I can feel people with galoshes on or rain boots on and stomping in puddles. I don't know why I'm seeing that. That might be a message specific to someone that's listening right now. But yeah, so that's those 2 cards for the minute. So in our future energy, we've got the High Priestess in reverse, which is telling me that we're not listening to our intuition. The High Priestess is all about listening to those gut feelings, and you know, I feel like I want to say that you're second guessing yourself. So whoever this message is for, or the collective himself, I feel like you're not listening to what your gut has got to say. And that leads me to the 2 of Swords, which is again a very stuck energy. It's about that crossroads, not knowing what direction to go in. Well, in the upright, it's about those crossroads, but I feel like you're going in really, really blind. Like you just really do not know what direction to take, and it just feels to me like it's such a stuck space at the moment. I'm going to read from these angel cards, which were a gift from a beautiful friend of mine that she brought me back from overseas. These ones are read all in the upright, as per the wishes of the author. So when I'm doing my reading, I do like to read as per the wishes of the person that created the cards. Okay, it looks like it's only the 2 that's come out of those ones. So we've got the 8 of Water, which is our 8 of Cups, a desire to move on. So that would speak with that stuck energy. The search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Then we've got the 3 of Water, which is also the 3 of Cups, a celebration, wedding, graduation, a birth announcement, a need to have more fun. So, you know, for those that aren't looking to have a wedding or any of those things, it could just represent a win. You know, like we tend to get taken up so much of, you know, when we hear the word abundance or fruition and things like that. We focus on like fertility, or even when we hear fertility, we focus on like birth and things like that. But what it means is there's just some winds coming in. So I think once you can channel into your intuition and make a decision on where you're going, you'll get past that stuck energy. You know, you can see here that this person with the desire to move on, they're actually just moving away from the cups, you know, and taking a new path. They're leaving their cups behind. And we tend to say, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup. A lot of us are running on empty with our empty cups at the moment. So sometimes it's about moving on and finding something else that brings us joy. So I'm going to get a message from my oracle cards now. Whoops, what was that? We just dropped a card. So I feel like that's a message. So we've got the Empress, Archangel Gabriel, lavish abundance. So there we go, giving birth to your dreams. So not a literal birth, but birthing your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. So it's about, you know, thinking about the things that we want, setting those goals and manifesting. And in these beautiful cards, we've got new moon and beginnings. So I feel like there's some really nice new beginnings coming in for the collective at the moment, especially after the Lion's Gate with the manifestation and things like that. So I'm going to get a potential outcome, and then we're going to ask some other cards some questions. I did pull out an additional deck, and I didn't mean to pull them out, but they've come out, so I feel like they've got a message for us. So the Ten of Swords, there's still an amount of anxiety happening, and you just feel like you can't trust yourself, but I'm here to tell you can. Exactly. So the Fool, the leap of faith. So it is about taking that leap of faith, you know, going against your intuition, or going against this anxiety that's going on for you. The Three of Wands in reverse, so you might feel like you're a little bit disconnected and from the team, but I do feel like that energy is going to lift. The Two of Swords is still in reverse. You're still feeling really stuck. You still don't know what path to take. Let's see if there's anything else. Have we got one more? The Queen of Swords in reverse. So the communication's just not really strong. So I don't know whether that's communicating with yourself or with others, but it might be something that needs looking at. I'm going to take a card. These are the cards also by Chris-Anne. These are her oracle cards. And I wasn't intending on reading from them, but they came out of my little storage. So I feel like there's a message in them for you. The distraction of shiny things. Well, that's me. That's a message for me. I'm constantly distracted by shiny things. Light in the unexpected. So maybe finding those shiny things in the unexpected is what's going to bring you joy. And then we've got our telepathy cards. So I'm going to pull a card from here, and then let's just see if there's any other messages with this other deck of tarot. They don't want to, they're not playing, so let's break the deck. Oh, okay, so they got left behind. So we've got openness. Be open to receiving divine guidance in relationships. Telepathy. Close soul connections, harmonious synchronized reenactments, and telepathic movements. Then we've got strength. The power of love is like a magnet that draws the souls together. Deep. Look deeply within and discover your soul purpose in relationships. So I wasn't intending on doing a relationships reading, so take that as you will. It could be just in regards to relationships with the people around you. I'm going to ask for a final message from this deck. Now, this is the Tarot for Beginners, so it does have the meanings on them, but I will also read intuitively off what stands out. So the Knight of Swords, someone's coming in really fast with some things. So I feel like these manifestations are coming in hot and fast. We now have the Three of Wands, sorry, the Three of Wands in the upright. So it's about looking out to the bigger things. So earlier we had the Three of Wands in reverse. They have flipped now. So things with that bit of communication is going to draw in that those manifestations, and you know, just put that second guessing behind you. And then we've got the Hierophant. So we've got the intuition tradition. So it's also the counterpart for the High Priestess. So it is about you know, maybe talking to the spirit guides or whatever religion that you seek, to, you know, if it's forgiveness you need, if it's approval or whatever. But I honestly believe all of those things come from within. So anyway, with that, I'm going to close my reading. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. I am really trying to grow it. I am brand new to doing these kinds of things. I do a lot of personal readings through YouTube. However, I do really want to sort of show what I can do and get to know some new people. Anyway, with that, have a lovely time and see you soon.